Good half, team.
Great half. Great half.
Let's go. Danny, hey, you going crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Danny going crazy right now.
Danny.
Yeah.
It's the team vibe. The team vibe is good.
Oh, I see you, Danny.
Let's go, Chris.
No way.
No, sir.
Hey, tremendous.
The snatch block.
Where the foul at?
Way to help on
Post
that
defense
corner.
is incredible.
Yeah, good pass.
Play ball.
To the wing.
Yeah.
For three.
We get it back. We get it back. We get it back. We get it back. Oh, thank you.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you So the opening lineup for the Heat. Hero out there with the general. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Ware in at the center position. And for Dallas, we've got Irving. Derek Lively is out there with Anthony Davis. And there's Klay Thompson. And it's Washington in at the small forward. And well over halfway into the season now, GA, how much have the rookies changed since the start of the season?
Kevin, most are completely different players, right? The foundation was there, but they know their role on the team, and it's more about refining their game than learning. And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Irving. Knocks down the step-back J.
Able to strike from mid-range and all over the court. The versatility of Kyrie's offensive game, top shelf.
The general can't get it to go. Washington against Hero. Now, here's Washington. He's guarded closely. It's hauled in by the Heat. Last time they met was in Miami.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
And so here is Dallas after the three-pointer from the general. Davis, the pass to Washington. Shoots over Jaquez. Here's Davis, who's back up. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Miami's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. It's Hero with the drive. The shot's good.
More than a great jump shooter, Hero is a tremendous ball handler who can finish the drive with either hand.
Here's the general. And there's another one for the Heat.
Only one miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling it.
For Dallas, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Irving kicks to Thompson. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Lively's shot is off.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks, guys. Well, after their three-point shooting abandoned them in the finals, the Mavericks have addressed that shortcoming in a major way, acquiring one of the Splash Brothers, Klay Thompson. Klay is eager for a fresh start and an opportunity, I'm told, to add another ring to his championship resume. This should be a match made in heaven.
Without a doubt. Shams Charania with the report. Hey, Shams, thanks.
A real struggle to shoot the ball in that first quarter.
Yeah, and it's been ugly. I mean, really ugly. They need to find a way to get a few easy baskets to try to build some confidence and some momentum.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good now.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
On the Mavericks with some changes. Daniel Gafford comes in for Derek Lively. And it's Marshall in for P.J. Washington. Irving passes to Gafford. Marshall with it. Jaquez defending. And Thompson kicks to Irving. 5 on the clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on the general.
Number 25.
That's his first foul. Some changes here for the Mavericks. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Thompson.
On the court.
Mavericks trail by 12. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on the general. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Wing pairing will be Hero and Jaquez Jr. And there's the general. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the 5 spot. Now here is Irving. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Golden State.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort. It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the general in his last time out against the Thunder was tremendous. He scored 32 points, and he was a two-way player, causing the opponent headaches on offense and defense. He was focused. They fed off of his energy, and they'll try to do that again tonight. Kevin?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Here's Washington, lively trying to break loose.
And you love how much heart Bam plays with defensively, working overtime on that possession.
The general can't get it to go.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. 17-point lead, their biggest. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That puts them squarely in the middle of this 5-game road trip. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. To stop the run, and Irving with the lay-in. Good.
That's the thing about Kyrie. He's a 3-level scorer.
Here's the general. And it's Klay Thompson with the rebound.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Here's the general. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Stolen by Thompson. This one for 3. And with that, the Heat lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Irving.
Kyrie Irving, what a touch from deep.
The shot. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Here's Dinwiddie. It's hauled in by Hero. Miami leading by 12. The general make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And the Mavericks call time here. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Heat out front, ending this.
23, the Heat, 45.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One of the stories here, guys, the general getting it done today.
What a welcome surprise that first half. Went above and beyond his usual scoring output.
Well, you know what? They've given him an increased role tonight, and he's taken full advantage of it.
We've got Davis. Irving is out there with Thompson. Then it's Derek Lively, and it's Washington in at the 3. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. The general. Good.
3.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc. Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Good. And that's now 18 points for the General. Oh, wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yeah, you know, aside from some of the player protection rules, which have been of benefit, a lot of it just comes down to what the body can withstand.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass. On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
To the left wing. Here's Lively. It's blocked.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
The General passes to Adebayo. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Dinwiddie attacking. And Adebayo sends it back.
And a menace defensively. Adebayo with the swat. He's an all-defensive team member for a reason.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Down low. Ware, good. Ware's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Throws it up high and finished off by Lively.
Right at the rim. That's where Lively loves to get his opportunities.
To the surprise of some, Derek Lively made an immediate impact as a rookie.
Count me amongst those folks, Kevin. I saw him in college, and I liked his potential, and I thought it would take a while longer for him to have an impact. But, boy, he has exceeded expectations in a big way. And because of his shot blocking and energy, running the floor, rim running, and the like, he's earned himself some nice minutes as a contributing player.
Clock at 4. Thompson misses. And here are the Heat, stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. And Adebayo throws it down.
With strong athleticism, Adebayo can finish just about any lob with his large catch radius.
Dinwiddie passes to Lively. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Thompson outside. Tries it from 19. Second shot opportunity, and Adebayo sends it back.
And got to be careful shooting around Adebayo, an athletic big man who gets up as fast as anybody to block shots.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
Najee Marshall, he's checked in for Dallas. Conley now comes in for Thompson. Over in the corner, Hero. Here's the General, over by Conley, and so Miami again turning it over. And over the last 2 years, Clark, we have seen an explosion of talent from Canada.
Tell you what, you go back to the mid-2000s, Steve Nash is winning those back-to-back MVPs. That's certainly part of it, but I really think a generation of players picked up the game, seeing guys like Steve Nash, and then the influx of great Canadian collegiate players going on to NBA success has certainly continued to keep that pipeline going.
On the court for the Heat, wing pairing will be Hero and Jaquez Jr. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And there's the General, and it's Ware in at the 5. The General, good.
And he's on his way to putting up a big three-point total.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Mavericks. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that game concludes a 5-game homestand. Lively the pass to Davis. Conley with it. Now defended by Adebayo. Conley's shot is off. Miami's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Conley, the pass to Lively. Now, here's Washington. Dallas moving it around. Marshall inside the three-point line. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Heat have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Basket good.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Lively finds Davis. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the results.
Conley's shot is off.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Adebayo passes to Jaquez. 6 on the shot clock to the wing right side. And it's Adebayo in the corner. It's rebounded by Dallas. Davis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Outside Conley. They could use a bucket. And finished off by Lively.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Miami.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And this will make it 36 wins on the year for them.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep, and that has to be a relief.
You know, as interconference opponents tonight was their only chance to get that revenge. I mean, they won't see each other in the regular season again until next season.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for the General.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Outside Conley. Pass to Marshall. Shoots over Jaquez. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
To the left side wing. Pass to the General. Launches a 3. Good on the triple.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the
All right, so here is my success on how I was successful in Proving Grounds. I was ranked number 22 to 25 in the world, and I was using this build to use to compete in the Proving Grounds in 1v1. Now, this build is a lockdown build. It's a two-way perimeter shot creator. You have a height of 6'4" and wingspan of 6'11". Now, I love this build just because it can have an 80 drive and dunk that you can get the Devin Booker dunking package if you.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. And let's check Miami's starting lineup. We've got Jaime Jaquez. He's out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Hero in at the point guard. And for the Hawks, Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Then there's Dyson Daniels. Then it's Rizache. And it's Bufkin in at the 1. Well, neither side will be at full strength in this one, Brent. Both teams dealing with injuries.
Well, BA, you can make a lot of money if you knew when injuries were coming. Any NBA team would hire you. But with that unavoidable part of the season, it's opportunity time. Somebody else has been waiting in the wings, trying to get onto the floor, trying to show the coach that they can contribute to winning. So the depth of these teams will play out when injuries occur.
Here's the General. Pure from three-point range.
Hero knowing about the whens and the wheres for an assist.
Pass to Rizache. Outside Johnson. To the inside. Here's Bufkin. The rebound by Ware. And the Heat with possession. Out to the wing. Oh, from deep. And the Heat, another three.
So many things that Jaquez does well, and he looks to set up his teammate.
The General's gone a perfect 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brent, they've won one NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, BA, tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
Now here's Hero. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Great lift off the floor. Johnson is electric.
And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. And the General gets it to go. The General's got 8 points.
And this first quarter has been ridiculous. They simply can't miss right now.
The Hawks have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Here's Rizache. His last outing, he had 18 points.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Okongwu with the rebound. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. It's good.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
Here's the general. 37 points his last time out.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Johnson.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Buffkin. Off target from three-point range. Miami leading by 10. Now here's Jaquez. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Impressive. Their ball movement has been excellent tonight.
Outside Johnson. Here's Buffkin. Denied by Adebayo.
And Bam aptly describes Adebayo's defensive impact. He packs a punch in there.
Clock is at 3. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. Jaquez, the pass to the general. Pass to Ware. Here's the general. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Daniels. Hawks trail by 12. Out to the right wing. The 3 from Rizashea. Adebayo grabs the board. And so Adebayo will bring it up for the Heat. Defeated by Milwaukee in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Hey, they had their chances, but they struggled from the line. It's so hard to win that way on someone else's floor.
And you cannot afford to do that when you're in an opponent's building. You got to knock down free throws. That cost them.
Here's Johnson following the bucket by the Heat. Blocked. Fast break Miami. He's all alone. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Heat foul, number 25. His first. Team's first. Substitution on the court.
11 seconds left in the first quarter. LeVert outside. Pass to Daniels. Will it go? And so it's the Miami Heat with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. All right, well. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Heat.
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
They've got Karis LeVert. Larry Nance is out there with Terrence Mann. Then there's Dyson Daniels. And it's Capella in at center, filling out the middle. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. Free throws good. Adebayo. You know, he's 6'9". Brent, would you call Bam Adebayo a small ball center?
If you were standing in front of him, B.A., would you do that? I don't know if I want to do that. I want to ask Bam what he wants to be called, whether it's center or forward. It doesn't really much matter. This guy can play both ends of the floor and can dominate a game. He's got great strength, great length, and continues to grow his game.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. Well, the general their last time out against the Bucks was a man on a mission. He ended up with 37 points, and not only was he terrific offensively, he also made an impact on defense. He seemed to be everywhere out there, doing whatever he could to help his team. Guys?
Outstanding, thanks. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, going up against a team that had no answer for him, we'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
To the middle. Hey, from beyond the arc. Another three.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Knocked away from deep. Rebound Atlanta. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. It's Daniels with a drive. Shot to stop the run. Mitchell grabs a miss. Miami's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. Here's Jovic. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. Well, Brent, as you know, finding success in the NBA is largely dependent on the situation.
BA, you're hitting the nail on the head. You can't get frustrated as a player, especially a young one that comes into the league and doesn't have an opportunity right away to play. You've got to work on your...
And so it's Miami, a huge 24-point lead for them. And their three-point shooting.
The Heat, 54.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. And the Heat shooting 65%. Their offense has been on another level. And on the floor for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. Bam Adebayo is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Ware in at the 5 spot. Pass to Bufkin. Here's Rizachet. To the paint. Here's Johnson. Here's Okongwu. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Here's the general. And there's another one for the Heat.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Atlanta's got 7 of their 16 three-point attempts to go in. And 6 man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate. And they've swayed the outcome of games.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Outside Johnson. Back to Daniels. And he can't stop the run as that one misses.
Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket. Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off. There are only 2 players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Here's the general. And again, it's Miami converting.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And down it goes. 2 points. Okongwu's got his first 2 points of the night.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
The general, no good. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. Here's Bufkin. 9 points in the game. Just 4 to shoot. They get the rebound. Jacks up a 3. And the three-pointer goes. Bufkin's got 12.
I think the defense has more concerns out there on the floor, and they give him a good open look from the perimeter.
The general, no good. Atlanta has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Here's Daniels, and he banks in the layup.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
Pass to the General. He puts up a three. Drills it from deep. The General's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And Brett, the Heat always looking to compete year in, year out.
Well, for good reason. This team takes a lot of pride in...
Substitution on the court.
Shot from the inbound. It's rebounded by Rizachet.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Rizachet and Johnson, they're the forwards. Then it's Clint Capella. Then it's Karis LeVert. And it's Bufkin in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Well, he should be playing this game with an apron on because he's cooking right now.
And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this.
And the Hawks making a change here. Okongwu's checked in. Bufkin, no good. The Heat have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. And the General gets it to go.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
The Hawks shooting around 39%. They'd like to get that higher. Down low, LeVert. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Yeah, that's inexcusable. I mean, the defense must push LeVert farther away from the basket than that.
Yes, it's good. The General's got 38 points.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
It's Johnson with a drive. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Boy, is he dynamic. Jalen Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Nails it from beyond the arc. The General's got 41.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Inside. Pass to Ware. Here's the General. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Outside Johnson. Rebound Miami. Ware's got rebound number 7 tonight.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Here's the General, covered by Johnson. The General passes to Hero. Here's the General, 6 on the shot clock. Basket counts. The General's got 46.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic. We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Robinson for 3. And the Heat, another 3.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Here's LeVert. That one's off. Still out of sync. And so Hero will bring it up for Miami. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Heat.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And give them credit for what'll be their 38th win of the year.
And with the win, the season series is tied 1-1. You have to love how competitive these games have been with 2 more left to play.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for the General.
So many times on the defensive end, showed off those quick mitts, jumped all over the opposition and swiped the ball away a number of times.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Pass to Adebayo. Out left to the wing. Here's Ware. Guarded by Okongwu. Here's the general. Adebayo passes to the general. Fires the three. Knocks it down from distance. The general's got 49 in the game.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
And LeVert is a tremendous athlete. Once he gets into the lane, he's terrific at finding ways to finish.
Here's the general. Pass to Ware. Hero outside. Here's the general. So it's the Heat winning this one easily. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.